Today I'm going to read you a book called Miles and Miles of Reptiles. It's a book all about reptiles. I'm the cat in the hat, off in my crocodile car. We're off to find reptiles wherever they are. We'll find lizards and turtles and travel for miles to see snakes, alligators and real crocodiles. There are thousands of reptiles. I'll show some to you. Your mother will not mind at all if I do. Reptiles breathe air. Most lay eggs on land. Some slither, some swim, some run on hot sand. Some reptiles have teeth, some reptiles have tails. So all reptiles have skin that is covered in scales. First, let's meet some lizards. Count them and you'll find there's more lizards than all other reptiles combined. Lizards have eyelids that's open and close. Most lizards you see on each foot has 5 toes. When lizards are hungry, some things that they eat are plants, insects, snails, and all other types of meat. There are all kinds of lizards. Would you ever think there's a lizard that is known as a skink? This is a glass lizard. It looks like a snake, but call it a snake and you make a mistake. The world's biggest lizard is here in our wagon. It can grow 10 feet long. It's a Komodo dragon. Reptiles are cold-blooded, but I have been told this does not mean reptiles have blue blood that is cold. It means that their temperature changes a lot. They get cold when it's cold, and they get hot when it's hot. How does a lizard get warm? Why, thank you for asking. They lie in the sun and that is called basking. Meet my friend the chameleon. He's hiding right here. He changes his color when danger is near. When he scares, he turns dark and stays out of sight, but his colors turn bright when he's ready to fight. A chameleon's tail has its powerful grip to hold on things so that it won't slip. One eye can look one way while one looks the other. One looks at me, one looks at my brother. Chameleon. On the Galapagos Island, we'll see something new. iguanas. The lizards, here's what they do. They swim in the waves, and when they are done, they crawl on the rocks and get warm in the sun. They have glands that drain south from salt water, and they sneeze salt from their nose again. These lizards are geckos. Aren't they pretty? They live in the deserts, rainforests, and cities. They have pads on their feet that are perfect for gripping. They can climb up a wall, even glass, without slipping. Why are they named gecko? Think one and I know. Some chirp and squeak, and it sounds like gecko.
Gecko. Gecko.
When come meet some snakes. They move on the ground. The scales on their skin help them slither around. A snake's jaw is loosely attached on each side. This means it can open his mouth very wide. A snake smells with its tongue. He is showing us how. See, it flicks in and out. He's smelling right now. How do snakes avoid danger so they can survive? Here are some things that help snakes stay alive. Snakes may have stripes, spot, or ring on the skin so they can hide in plain sight. The skin helps them blend in. Some, like a vine snake, can fool you and me. It looks like a vine hanging down from a tree. A cobra is a snake that's not very polite, and that is because of its poisonous bite. When it's angry, a cobra spreads it out its big hood. If you see it, you know things are not looking good. Fangs hang from its jaw and punch holes in the skin. Then a poison called venom begins to flow in. Now meet the turtles. Each one has a shell. This hard shell protects it and does it quite well. Turtles heat up in a nice sunny spot, then slide into the water when they get too hot. Turtles are toothless, so they cannot chew. They swallow food whole. That's all they can do. Here is a tortoise. I happen to know this reptiles eat grass and it moves very slow. It looks like a turtle, but I understand. A turtle lives on the water, a turtle lives on land. About the turtles, I discover one thing. Each year of its life, it shall grow a new ring. Turtles have 4 legs, but sea turtles like these have flippers to swim through the water with ease. They lay eggs on land, which Mum somehow knows which beach she was hatched on, so that's where she goes. When babies are hatched, the shell on their backs are so soft they are helpless if something attacks. We measure these babies. They're so very small. They're just 3 inches long, and that's all. Florida coast, in a swamp or lagoon, you may see a crocodile swimming by soon. Crocodiles have sharp teeth and they walk on 4 legs. Their feet have sharp claws. Their young hatched from eggs. There are crocs that can eat till they are filled up, and then it could be months, even years, before they eat again. Alligators and crocodiles are alike. As you see, that's because they belong to the same family. They look at them closely, and there's what we saw. The alligator's feet hang over its lower jaw. They both lie near the water, and those reptiles glide. By swimming their powerful tails side to side. If you look at the head like we did side by side, a croc's head was thin and a gator's is wide. They mate in the water, then we understand. The male comes out to lay eggs up on land. She digs a deep nest, then she lays her eggs onto it, laying 60 or so about every minute. There are babies that are hatched. This is how small they are. Each one weighs as much as things like candy bar. Reptiles are everywhere. Just look, you might see one down on the ground or up high in a tree. They come in all shapes and all colors and sizes, and you will discover they are full of surprises. The end.